Okay, we can get started. Okay, if I get your attention, please. If I get your attention, we'll get going again. Okay, all right, we're back. All right, cool. So, oh, shoot, I don't know why I put the 7 in. Okay, so one thing I want to remind you about is this assignment, and I got an email. Oh, that's terrific. It's wonderful. I'm sure you all want to know about that. Okay, so this short writing assignment that's due this Thursday. Don't forget to get this in. I don't know why it's due Thursday. This is such a short, easy assignment I should have made it due today, but it didn't. So there you go. So get this turned in on Thursday. We'll turn it in on paper in this class. Please bring it in. Keep it short. Don't let it be longer than 2 pages double spaced. I think I told you that one of the guiding principles of this class is that you just show up for life and you do at least pretty darn well. That's one of the guiding principles of life as well as this class, and especially this assignment. I mean, you just do this assignment properly and you'll get full credit, okay? If you, I mean, I don't know how you half-ass this, but please don't. We don't want to give you less than full credit. We would love to give you full credit on this. It's kind of a didactic exercise where you go through this thought process, go off on this person you had a conflict with, and and we'll follow up assignments as well. Okay, so there's that. Get that in on Thursday. That's not what I wanted. Okay, so, right. Okay, so I got the hydrogen symbol demonstration, at least I think I do. No, that's not good. Okay, all right, there it is. All right. Okay, this is awesome. Okay, so watch this and see if you can help making attributions. It's weird. It kind of reminds me of like the Miss Pac-Man demonstrations and stuff, where like they meet, they fall in love, you know. But okay. So what? Just for a second here, like what gender do you think this one is, and this one, and that one? Right. So we all have to say they're circles and triangles, right? That's great to know. Like you guys are crazy. Those are all women, clearly. Yeah. So I mean, it's a powerful demonstration actually in its own way, right? I mean, it's really just a bunch of triangles and circles going around, a bunch of boxes and squares and stuff, and yet we all pretty much all agree on like the gender. I have this whole narrative that was going on. Yeah. What do you got? What's your question? You thought the little triangle was a woman, the circle was a kid, and you thought, what do you think the big triangle was? Oh man, okay. So you thought that the triangle, regardless the size, was like gender or something like that, or you thought that nothing about the objects communicated gender or something. But still, and of course, your interpretation is equally right. Yeah, definitely. But I mean, like Heidegger would love this, right? He would love that even where we disagree, we're still talking about the triangle being a person, and the other triangle being another person, and the circle being a child, and stuff like that. So even small disagreements are pretty small disagreements. Yes. I think they did. Yeah. So the person made it on purpose to look like people, sort of. Yeah, no, I agree with that. But it could be animals. I don't know. It could be. I don't know. I think Heidegger's still laughing in this grade, like, oh, I got you again. I think it's still interesting the degree to which we anthropomorphize them, even though it's not shocking that we do it at all. I agree. Yeah, I'm with you. Okay, so back to cognitive biases. All right, okay, go to slide. Okay, so I just finished telling you what the fundamental attribution error was and telling you that I thought it was really awesome. Hopefully you will come to agree. Then also told you what the correspondence bias was. Correspondence bias is they're heavily overlapping ideas, right? Correspondence bias is the tendency to make dispositional attributions. The fundamental attribution error is the excessive tendency to make dispositional attributions and not make situational attributions. Very similar ideas, but I want you to have them both. So what are some examples of the correspondence bias? When you get angry at a secretary or a service worker or somebody on a customer service line, it's not their fault, right? It's not their, it's just their job. They probably have scripted most of what they're supposed to say to you. They're just reading it. They're just trying to make a buck. It's their job, and yet you can't help it, right? You can't help but get angry. And you should hear my version of getting angry at like service workers. Like I'll be like, I know this is just your job. I know you have to do this to make a living, but it's a bad company. It's a bad company you're working for. So I like struggle to not make the correspondence bias while still getting irate and angry at the person. And I'm sure that they notice the difference, right? Yeah. So you shouldn't do this, right? Or you should try not to do it because that person doesn't want to tell you the bad news. They don't want to tell you that you can't use your frequent flyer miles in this way, or you can't return this product to their store, or you can't get your financial aid application processed on time. The reason I bring that one up is I used to be one of these people. I used to answer phones to the financial aid information line service or something like that. So when you call 1-800-4-FED-AID and talk to somebody who you think is an awful, awful person who's trying to keep you from having financial aid, I promise you they're not. I wasn't. They want you to have financial aid actually, and there's simply nothing they can do. Everything they say is scripted, and as you say things, they're like flipping sheets and going, okay, I say that, either mentally or physically, they're flipping through scripted answers. So don't get mad at the people at 1-800-4-FED-AID. I had so many terrible. It was such an awful job. Actually, at the time I was working there, the company I was working for was paid to process like all financial aid applications and all phone calls related to financial aid applications, and they just privatized it. So it used to be like government jobs that were like well-paying, like pensions and healthcare, and then they had a bunch of like temp workers, and we worked for like $8 an hour, which was like good money then. But so they got us, and they had this contract that was like, if you process all the financial aid applications, your corporation gets this much money, but for every one you don't process, we'll dock it, some amount of money. So what they did is they get to the end of every month, they wouldn't process all the financial aid applications, and they just start throwing them in the garbage. They just throw out people's financial aid applications and not report them to the government, and then pay people like me to have to field all these calls, unaware that that's why these people were irate that their financial aid wasn't being processed. It's bad. As soon as we figured that out, we quit the job pretty quickly. But we were very poor. Okay, so we were very poor. Okay, it was a terrible, terrible job. Other examples of the correspondence bias: blaming the messenger. Right? You should get mad at somebody who brings you bad news. Why do you? Why do you get upset with them? Because you're making a dispositional attribution that they're somehow responsible for the news they're giving you. But really, if they're the kind of person that tells you bad news when you ought to know it, you should if anything make a benevolent or even nice attribution to them. They're breaking the news to you, right? Or for that matter, praising the messenger. People tend to do this as well. Like they give you, get somebody like a big hug for telling them some good news. Like, oh, this is so wonderful. That it's not the person, it's the news, right? You're making this dispositional attribution. So don't be nice to people who give you good news. Don't do that. That doesn't do any good. That's just irrational. And you can tell them I said so. Or a very sociological example would be this. Are kids that are from wealthy school districts intrinsically better students, or do they have intrinsically higher aptitude than kids from worse school districts? Or is it the case that they went to school districts with fewer resources to invest in them, less opportunity to develop their academic and scholastic talent? Is that maybe the attribution you should make? And think about what attribution do we make when we find people who have literacy issues or have different levels of education? What kind of attributions do we make? Maybe we should balance the dispositional attributions we make with situational ones as well, but people usually don't. And this actually relates to Malcolm Gladwell's new book. Anybody got this book to read this book? I haven't read it yet. But he has this new book. Malcolm Gladwell's always doing these books on sociology or social psychology or psychology. He's this very good writer. Nice guy, great hair. And Malcolm's new book is called Outliers, and it's all about these like extreme cases of success. Hey, can you guys stop talking on the front row? through right there. Thanks a lot. It's about these extreme cases of success. And basically, he says success comes down to this equation that we tend to think it's all talent equals success. The really talented pianists become great pianists. You know, the really talented academics become great academics, or basketball players become great basketball players. But it's not. It's not. It's talent plus work, great effort, and then opportunity. And the big thing that's important from sociology is the critical role of opportunity. It's when your talent and your hard work finds its spot, finds its chance, that you can then be successful. And that is a great equation for life. Okay, so what are some more biases in attribution? Well, here's one, the actor-observer bias. This is the tendency, this is another big one, this is a big one, you gotta know this. This is a tendency for us to see our own behavior as a product of the situation, but other people's behavior as a product of their internal states. So now we're making a shift from, you're not just an observer, you're also observing yourself. And when you observe yourself, how do you infer the causes of your own behavior? Well, you tend to look out to the world and see the world, right? Whereas when you look out to other people's behavior, you see them. Right, so the mechanism is focalism. That's the mechanism. Okay, so what makes the actor-observer bias? The tendency for you to see the situation is causing your behaviors, but people's personalities and dispositions to cause their behaviors. Why do we do that? Okay, focalism is the answer that social psychologists have provided us. And this is the tendency to overestimate the causal impact of whatever we're focusing on. So when we view others, what do we see? We see them. We see the triangle or the square, or we see our best friend saying something mean to us, or giving us bad news. So we make a dispositional attribution because we see them and we go look for a cause. That's what's available to us. That's what's in the center of our field of vision or our perception. That's what we're focused on. But when we go look at our own behaviors and we look out of our own eyes and we try to say, why do we do that? What do you see? We see the situation here, and you don't even see yourself. And they've actually shown in studies that people will do this bias less if there's a mirror in the room, because it facilitates them seeing, oh yeah, I am a person, I'm a thing that could have done this. It's not just the situation. So focalism is so strong that we even sometimes attribute the behavior of inanimate objects to their personalities, right? That's what Hyder and Zimmel illustration is all about. That's what March of the Penguins is all about, and so on. So that's how focalism creates the actor-observer bias. Is this understandable? Is this clear? Okay. It's a great idea. I think it's a great social psychology idea that because your eyes are located in your head and you can't see you, but you can see everybody else, you tend to see them as causing their behaviors, and your situation and other people is causing yours. What's that? Okay. All right. Okay. Some other actor-observer biases. So think about how you interpret your own case of all these versus other people's cases of these, right? Cheating on a test. If you were to cheat on a test, would you better friggin' not doing here? You'll get in a lot of trouble. But if you were to cheat on a test, what would you do? You'd say, you would say, well, I had to. I was in this desperate situation. I had a low grade. It was very easy. That person's, test sheet was sitting right there. It's really hard not to look at it. That's why you did. Other people cheat on a test. They're a bad person. That's why they did. They're a bad person. Going to the prom alone. Not that you would ever do this. Not that I would do this. I wouldn't even know what this. I don't know why you would go to the prom alone. It's just a crazy example. But if you did, you'd probably be like, well, I'd already asked this one person. I've had this terrible breakup with this person. I think people like me, but it's the situation I was in led me to go to the prom alone. Other people go to the prom alone. They're a loser. Okay. Doing poorly in an athletic competition. I stayed up late the night before. It was a uniquely difficult field of competitors. You think about the situation you're in, right? You really do. If other people do badly in some athletic competition, it's because they suck. This always happens in sports matchup. People will think about the talent of one team, and they don't think about how winning or losing is a function of the talent on both teams, right? So Cal loses some competition, they think, oh, Cal is good or bad. They don't think Cal is, might have had a tough opponent. And of course, every time we lose, it's because we had a tough opponent. So making $1 million. You make $1 million, you do so because of great effort and work ethic and discipline and intelligence and talent and drive, not opportunity, of course. Other people do it because they inherited it. It's just some kind of unique opportunity they had. They're not even smarter than the average person. Lying to your parents. Lying to your parents. You would do that because you had to. It's this awful situation you were put in. You had to. It's the only thing that made sense. It was in your parents' best interest as well as yours. And when other people do it, they're a bad person. Firing someone. If you ever find yourself as a manager, you have to fire somebody, you're like, well, if I didn't fire that person, I would be fired, right? Somebody fires you or fires one of your friends, they're a terrible, despicable boss, terrible person. Why did they do that? So here's a good exercise, and really do this for me, hypothetically in your brain. Think about a behavior, not two, let's just focus on one. Think of a behavior you're very critical of. Like everybody's hung up on something. Maybe cheating on a boyfriend or girlfriend you think is some horrible moral transgression. Maybe, I don't know, like making fun of people, like bullying, maybe cheating on tests is something, lying to parents, lying to your brother, whatever. Think about some terrible behavior. Some terrible behavior that when other people do it, you really make a dispositional attribution. You really say, that person is a bad person, because bad people cheat on their girlfriends. Okay, so take that behavior. Now think of some situation that can make you do that behavior. Just think about it. Just for a second, try to think of, is there a situation where you might find yourself doing that? Okay? And there you go, right? But you're not going to conclude that you're a terrible person. It's just that there's a situation whereby you could do the things that you would be even most judgmental of. There's probably a situation. There might be alcohol, think about it, like there's a situation you would do it. Or think about the worst things that you've ever done. Like think about, this is not a fun exercise, but like think about the thing that you've done that that is truly terrible, really awful. I should have done this one first, not to leave you with that. But think about something terrible that you've done. Now think about how you judge another person if you found out that they had done that, You think they were bad. You think they were a bad person. Why is that? And why is it that you would judge that other person to be bad, but you would account for the, you can still live with yourself and you don't have some terrible vision of yourself? It's because, I would say it's because of the actor-observer bias. It's because when you did a terrible thing, it was because of the situation you found yourself in, but you think when other people do terrible things, it's because of their personalities. Okay, so there's still more wrinkles. We still have 3 minutes, so calm down. There's still more wrinkles to how attribution works. Motivated reasoning. We already talked about motivated reasoning. That's the tendency to come to conclusions that make you feel better about yourself. Another way to think about it is convenient reasoning. When people tend to come to conclusions that make them feel better. So people do motivated reasoning in self-attributions as well, right? So far I've told you a story of the fundamental attribution error, the correspondence bias, and the actor-observer bias, right? And that story was basically that correspondence bias. We tend to make dispositional attributions of other people's behaviors. Fundamental attribution error. We tend to make those dispositional attributions even when we should be making situational attributions. Actor-observer bias. We don't do that for ourselves. We tend to make situational attributions for our own behaviors because our focus, our perspective of attention sees the situation we're in very readily. But motivated reasoning has something to do with all this too. So while we generally take account of the situation when we infer the causes of our own behavior, we tend to take credit for the positive things and make dispositional attributions for them, okay? And we deflect blame for negative things by making situational attributions, and are we clever like that? So what am I talking about? So I'm talking about, when we talk about these bad things or whatever, well, not these things, here you'll make situational attributions if you find yourself doing these. But great things, like making $1 million is a great thing. There you'll tend to make a dispositional attribution if you make $1 million, okay? Okay. So let's see if we can find another example. Okay, so let's go through this. So let's say you see someone do something, you make a dispositional attribution because you see them doing the thing. She or he did. Okay. You do something good, you make a dispositional attribution because you want to claim credit for it, okay? This is motivated reasoning added, overlaying the actor-observer bias. Okay, so I did that, great. You do something bad, you make a situational attribution. I didn't want to do that. I had to do that. I had no choice. I wasn't planning to do it. It wasn't my idea. It was the situation. It was Dixon's idea. And we all have some friend. My friend is Dixon, who makes you do all the things you're not supposed to do and gets you in trouble with your parents. My friend is Dixon. He has led me into many terrible circumstances, none of which are my fault, mind you. They're all Dixon's. And this is my friend Dixon. Should you run across him in everyday life, do not trust him. He will get you in trouble with whoever cares about you most and lead you to terrible things. So how should you attribute? According to sociologists and social psychologists, you should rely heavily on the situation and the context. And we'll talk about that more on Thursday. Thanks a lot.